Hello, welcome back to Curl Gaming, where we discuss all things video games and take a look at gameplay footage. Today we're going to go back into pinball, and I'm going to do some gameplay footage of Ultraman. I finally received mine. I actually ordered it almost a year ago, and it showed up 11 months and 3 weeks to the day, which is pretty crazy. Anyway, this is a standard edition, so it doesn't have all the fancy powder coating and stuff as the other ones. But with that being said, let's break into it, take a look at Ultraman from Spooky Pinball, and then come back and talk.
Ultraman needs your help. No move. Monsters are near. Alien monsters are coming to Earth. The Earth needs you. In Lake Yugimori. Keep fighting, no matter the odds. Help Ultraman by collecting Flex Jackpot. Kaiju Jackpot. Our hero will protect us all. They may be gone, or this may have only been the beginning. He has come to defend the Earth.
Wow.
We've got to do better. Get going. Ultraman, hero of the galaxy.
I know that song.
We must defend Earth. Get the headquarters now. Rip those spinners to slow down the kaiju. Be careful or you will lose your life. Let's hope that's enough to save Earth. Combo the flow shot to help Ultraman. companions to help.
Kaiju jackpot! Wow, jackpot!
Ultraman jackpot. Ball 1 is locked. He's needed. Ball 2 has been locked. Don't stop. From the land of light he comes. Keep fighting, no matter the odds. There's no more clones. Get to headquarters now. You've got to drive him back. Hit those spinners. Be careful or you will lose your life. Gomorrah. Complete the lift to defeat Gomorrah. The people of Earth need you. You performed admirably in defense of Earth.
We will need you to help Ultraman again.
Welcome to the Science Patrol. February appeared at Lake Yugomora. Ultraman needs your help.
Ultraman needs your help. Get us out there. Kaiju 来たわ。
Alien monsters are coming to Earth. Ball 1 is locked. Do it again.
危険が迫っている。
Gamora.
Red King.
We've got to stop Red King. One more lock and we will find you. Get to headquarters now. Combo the spinners to defeat giraffes. I fear the battle has just begun. Please help us again. Our hero will protect us all. He has come to defend the Earth. hero of the galaxy.
Good work! Not another!
Beta capsule detached. February has appeared on Lake Yugamori. Dada.
Victor!
Pestar has set the city on fire. The battle is over, but the galaxy is not safe. From the land of light he comes. Welcome to the Science Patrol. Ball 1 rock. Bolton is here.
Wait! Science Patrol meeting!
Get to headquarters now. Shoot the runway now. Shoot the beta capsule to start the monster battle. Ultraman needs your help.
You can do better than that.
Shoot the beta capsule to start the monster battle. There's no more clones. Get to headquarters now. Be careful or you will lose your life. They may be gone, but it could just be the beginning.
Alright, welcome back. Hopefully you like that look at Ultraman from Spooky Pinball. So this game's been getting a bad rap pretty much since it was revealed that in Halloween. Major difference, Ultraman there was only 500 made, whereas Halloween there was about 1250 I do believe. And they're just wrapping up production on both titles by the end of this year, 2022. I guess, well, it's not normal for a Spooky be dumped on. Every time they have a release, a lot of people just dump on it. Prices plummet, all this other stuff, and then like a year or so after the fact, then it seems to come up. But the game itself's not too bad. The rules themselves are pretty straightforward. It's very clear what you need to shoot. One thing I do dislike is sometimes you'll have modes stacked as well as a multi-ball, and you will have objectives on all three play fields. So trying to coordinate everything on all three play fields at the same time can be really hectic, as well as completing certain modes. It is a sharpshooters. I know some people don't like the left side of the play field where you have like the 3 scoops. As well, the returns from all the scoops come to those ball lifters. So second play field and main play field on the right side will return the ball to the right flipper. So those balls just come out of the play field and then right to the flipper. That will catch people by surprise. That was another knock, is that the ball takes too long. In actuality it doesn't. It's no different than hitting a ramp and having a ball return on a wire form. It's roughly the same amount of time. Maybe it's just because you can't see the ball and what it's doing, but the returns are fine. For me, it didn't take a lot of time getting used to it. My kids, they adapted to it right away, so no issues there. Lighting on this is insane as well. I did drop down the lighting settings. I believe they were numbers, and I've got it pretty, I don't want to say really low, but it's enough that you notice it, but not enough to blind you. One thing that I wish Spooky would have was the back box dimming when you played. So on my Sterns, if you're in the middle of a game, you start the game, the back box you can dim like quite a bit to get rid of the glare off the glass. Nice feature. Spooky's architecture is a little bit different. Even their menu systems is a little bit different, which is fine. All manufacturers have their own. Spooky does need to, I don't think they need to, but they are missing common features in the menu, such as flipper strength. There's a few other ones. And then as for the sound system in this thing, it's nuts, and it's got its own dedicated amplifier at the bottom of the cab. It's also got settings for the bass, crossover, treble, and then general volume. I believe there was 5, so I'm missing 1. And if when I originally set this up and turned it on, it was super loud. It was crazy loud. So a lot of adjustings, not only on the amp but in the game menu as well. I've turned it down quite a bit. I'm not sure if that picked up on the video, but it's still pretty loud when I was playing it just now. Yeah, so with only 500 games, I don't think a lot of people are going to be playing this. And the ones that do, it is love and hate. It does feel different, and every manufacturer does. So like Guns N' Roses, Jersey Jack, I had one of those. Totally felt different. Flippers are a little floaty on Jersey Jacks, and it wasn't just Guns N' Roses, it's all their other titles. So with that being said, these flippers feel great, nice and snappy, but at the same time, Spooky games feel like Spooky, Stern feel like Stern, Jersey Jack, etc. You get the idea. So yeah, every game will feel different from a manufacturer. It just depends on what you want out of it. The build quality on this is rock solid. I don't have any dimples, any chipping, anything like that. These playfields are nuts. And even if you go through the past, I think they've only had playfield issues with TNA. I could be wrong. The earlier runs, and they rectified it. So you get a Halloween or a Ultraman, you'll probably be really happy. I've actually had people ask me, can you put Halloween code on Ultraman since they're the exact same layout? Answer is no. Spooky's already been vocal about this. You can't take code from one game, put it on the other. Licensing issues. And if I'm not mistaken, they said if you do attempt this, it will brick your game. So with that being said, no, I'm not going to be trying to put Halloween code on this. If you do see Halloween, it is the exact same layout. Like I said, there's more than double of them made compared to the Ultraman, so you got 1250 of those. And yeah, it does have a different feel, so it's not just copy and paste. Yeah, the playfields are the same, but even just watching some of the footage, different uses for the different playfields, stuff like that. So their upper playfield's a house, second playfield's a sanitarium, stuff like that. Where this one is like the headquarters, and then Bellamar coming out of the ground for the lake. So I don't mind the rules. There is some bugs for sure. This is 1.08a, so a few things you cannot buy in the store. They're aware of that. Apparently there's some other issues which I haven't seen quite yet, but there is texting issues. There'll be some video in the middle of the screen, and the text that goes across is actually cropped to that screen, and you can't read all of it, so you just get to read what's in the middle. Just simple things like that. We've been told that's coming, and they will be working on it for roughly about a year after production's done, or at least a year from October 2022. With that being said, they do have another run of TNA. I'm not sure if that one sold out yet, but that one was limited to 250. I think that's going to carry them into the first quarter of 2023 with the inevitable announcement of the next title or titles. There is rumors that there's going to be another twofer, same layout, different themes. If that's the case, we'll play it by ear, see what happens. Hopefully you like the look at Ultraman. Still pretty divided on it. The game, like I said, shoots fine, feels okay, rules are solid for what's there, but it's not. I don't think it's going to be a long-term keeper for me, and we'll see what happens. Could turn around with more updates, a little bit more stability. But like I said, I haven't had any crashes yet, knock on wood. I've heard reports of games locking up and just crashing. But if you get a chance, if you see it out in the wild, give it a shot. If you know anyone that's got a large collection, again, give it a shot. The game itself isn't that bad as other people make it out to be. And another thing is, so if you go onto like a pinball website like Pinside, you'll see Halloween, I think, is in the 70s or 80s, and then Ultraman itself, I think, is in like the 150s. So quite a difference, and I think it's just because there's more of them. More Halloweens out there than Ultramans. I think these are finding homes more in collections than they are on locations. But give either one a shot. The layout is different. That's the other thing we always hear. People want something different, and then when they are presented something different in a pinball machine, they don't like it. It's kind of a double standard in this hobby, but it is what it is. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Have you played either one? I have not played Halloween yet. I know there's a few around in my well, not neighborhood, but there's a few around in my city. Will I get a chance to try it? Maybe, maybe not. It's not on my radar. Ultraman, I went for it because I do like Japanese pulp culture. I was a huge Ultraman fan. Same with Godzilla. So when I had Godzilla, I was going to put them both together. But just because the limited space in that, I ended up selling Godzilla when Bond was announced and put the money towards that. So with that being said, I do have a James Bond coming in, hopefully in the next little while, and there'll be another pinball video on that. So let me know what your thoughts are. Have you played Ultraman or Halloween? What are your thoughts on spooky games? They have nailed it. Denise, that was with them at one point in time, that did TNA, as well as Rick and Morty. Those games are just bangers. The other ones themselves, not too bad. And it's my understanding that Charlie, the main guy that headed up Spooky, may have taken a hands-off approach with running the company. So might explain why this playfield is a lot different than what you usually see. And there's no pops. I've had one person just comment, why is there a game with no pop bumpers? Well, there just is. Well, Godzilla only had one. Rick and Morty, I believe, only has one. So there's games out there, and I believe James Bond only has two. So you don't really need the pop clusters or even pops in a game to make it worthwhile. It just depends on the layout, how the code is, and how it shoots. So a game shoots fine, or we'll just see what happens in the future. Anyway, hopefully you like that look at it, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Thank you.